Hi everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each of you. It takes such courage to be in these human bodies in this wild and wonderful and sometimes weird world we live in. Right now is a very special time, actually. It happened a day early this year. We're in a leap year, and that time it's the spring equinox. And why that time is so important to me and the people that I work with, and I strongly sense for you, because we're all living and breathing and pulsing in these bioelectric liquid life forms, is our connection to nature, our connection to this living experience that's going on outside. And so what I wanted to speak with you about tonight is how to be sustainably healthy and connected and centered and creative in this often overwhelming world that we're living in today that's being so generated by the pace of technology. And it's really easy to get caught up in that, because actually technology, it's an energy, it's a pace, it's a speed, and it's happening right now around us. And that energy is can be unconsciously dictating our pace of life. And so I'm finding it more and more important that we intentionally pace ourselves by the pace of nature throughout our days and throughout our life. Because as I already mentioned, that really what you are is a bioelectric liquid life form. You are everything that nature is inside your skin suit. You are literally a walking ocean. You are mostly liquid, you're mostly fluid. And if you've ever played with, any of you ever played with water in a bowl or a glass on the table and just, banged on the table or watched the vibration of water? If you'll notice how sensitive water is. It's sensitive to everything. Well, that's you. That's what's happening inside of you. And your body is constantly sensing what is happening all around you at every breath and every second. And that's the way it's designed. Your body's designed to be healthy. And what's increasingly I see happening today is, technology is really a gift, and I really enjoy it. At the same time, I even find for myself that I really have to pace myself with it, because it's so easy to get outside of myself and just be stacking my day. And what I mean by stacking is I'm on the phone, I hear text messages come in, I know I've got emails to check, I've got Facebook, I've got clients, I've got all these things, and so as soon as I get off the phone, it's tempting to go start checking into returning text messages, and you notice how my energy starts speeding up, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. And what happens is we start to lose connection to ourselves. And being healthy, really, honestly, is really not that hard. It's just doing simple things consistently every day. And so one of the most important things I've found that I'd love to, if there's anything that I share with you tonight, is to remember that our greatest source of life in these human bodies is nature. And to ensure that you're getting out in it every day. Leave your phone behind. Get out in it at least 20 minutes, because that's your life energy. We weren't designed to be in these buildings all the time. And whatever your problems are, whatever your worries are, whatever's going on for you, you will just organically and naturally feel more connected. You'll have an epiphany about how to solve a problem. Whatever's going on for you will most likely start to shift just by getting out and moving. It doesn't have to be something crazy. You don't have to go, run 10 miles up a hill, but just get out and breathe and allow that organic, natural energy that's what we are to live in you, breathe in you. And at this time of year, being that it is the beginning of spring, that there's this organic rhythm, this organic cycle, this clock that nature is operating at. And when we are more in tune with that, we are literally collaborating with this sacred divine energy that nature is, instead of kind of working against it, trying to figure it out all on our own. So at the time of spring that we're in right now, the energy is beginning to start to build. By that I mean that the sunlight is increasing. So we're moving into a yang time in Chinese medicine. That means there's more energy, there's more creativity. Because we finally had some rain here in Southern California, you may have noticed that everything is more fertile. Things are actually coming up out of the ground, and it's a really beautiful time. And that energy is what I'm speaking about that's happening here at spring. And it's what's going on inside of us as well. So when you honor that and get out into nature more, you begin to be connected to this rhythm and cycle that's happening, because it's happening within us. And as spring increases, as the days continue to get longer and peak at the summer solstice, it's a very creative time of year. It's a great time to really launch projects. That's why it's, most people, I love summer. There's so much more energy. And then as we peak into the summer solstice, the days will start to slowly but surely decrease and diminish, and the energy starts to subside and turning into more of a yen time. And the days get shorter. And if you notice what nature does by being out in it more, everything starts to fall away. The leaves start to fall off the trees, plants go dormant. And what I'm seeing more and more and more with my clients and people come to me, one of the more significant ways that I go about helping them recreate, re-architect a healthy life for themselves is to help reconnect them to this process within inside of them and in their daily life. So by the time that fall comes around and winter comes around, to really intentionally start to slow your life down a bit, start to slow your energy down a bit. Because what we're seeing, a lot of the symptoms we see with people getting flus and things like that, is because their energy is still going into the fall and winter. They're still running it like it's spring and summer, and they're not slowing their life down. And that's where a lot of adrenal issues, a lot of endocrine issues are having, because we need to slow down, we need to rest, we need to regenerate, we need to renew. Especially today, where technology is going faster and faster and faster and faster. Or otherwise, we're going to burn out, and our bodies, ideally, it's about sustainable wellness. It's about being here now, whatever age you're at, but thinking about, okay, what about 10 years, what about 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now? And have fun and live a life until it turns you on. At the same time, just remember that, there's years down the road where I also want to be in my prime. And in my work, what I'm seeing too is, initially when I was beginning my work, I focused a lot on nutrition, and I still do. I have a 6-phase process that I've developed over the last 20 years. It's more mind, body, and spirit now. Because what I was finding that I could get people some extraordinary results just really focusing on nutrition. But oftentimes what was really the deeper problem wasn't being addressed, because your health issues aren't coming from your body. Your health issues are coming from the way you're living your life. And some of that can be from early on, can be traumas in early years of life. And there's just a subtle energy that's going on inside from the way that we can filter and process and perceive life. And when we go about addressing those types of issues, what we're seeing is pretty profound sustainable results for people, where lifelong health issues and so forth start to diminish because we've shifted and changed the way they're filtering and processing inside their brain, their endocrine system, and their parasympathetic nervous system. So when we improve that, then the way that they're filtering and processing what the endocrine system is doing is it's producing hormones in an internal ecosystem, an internal environment that is more conducive to health and well-being. How are people feeling right now as a whole, just hold up, 1 to 10 on your energy level. I'm just curious. The lights are really bright, but I'm curious how everyone's feeling. Okay, thank you. Also something that I notice myself and a lot of my clients and a lot of my friends that I believe we're starting to realize that there's a lot more going on than what we're seeing in this room or what we're seeing at the surface level in our life. And what's been unique to this month, and I think when I heard that you were wanting some extra love tonight, Vanessa, I know in my experience, because I'll be honest, I was laid out in bed the past couple of days. And to be healthy sometimes, it really is to really listen to the body and really slow down and give us the rest we need. And at the beginning of this month of March, it's a very unique month where there was a new moon solar eclipse, and coming up in a couple of days, there is a full moon lunar eclipse. And eclipses, just simply, it's exposing the shadows to the light. So we're all in this spiritual journey, having a human experience, and becoming more and more conscious of being in these bodies, being conscious entrepreneurs, and performing, doing things that are conscious to our planet. And as we're in that process, I know for myself that, old stuff comes up. Past wounds, past traumas, those types of things. And it comes up for us to see it comes up for us to love it comes up to create new habits and behaviors and choices and patterns and actions. So if anything has been coming up for you this month in particular, I know it has for a lot of people that I know, just be aware it's not only you. So, back to the piece around, this time of year, being that it's spring equinox, and the importance now more than ever that with the pace of technology and the fact that we have access to so much in our hand with our amazing cell phones and all the technology we have in our life, that you have a choice. And what I'm all about is really simple things that have lasting and sustainable results. And, I know that you can create time if you want to just feel more alive and have more energy and feel more connected and feel more creative, to just when you get up first thing in the morning, do some meditation. It's so tempting today to pick up the phone and start going outside of yourself, because we spend so much time out of ourselves. And even sometimes when we're sleeping, there's still portals and pathways, that we've opened up in our brain that are just out all over the universe. And it's requiring more and more energy to really come back inside of ourselves. And getting out into nature is also another thing I highly recommend. If you can, highly recommend in the morning. Your whole day will be just so much more amazing by getting up and going outside. Again, it doesn't have to be something crazy. Just go for a walk. Just get out in nature. Just feel the sun. Even if it's cloudy, it's all a part of what's going inside of you. You're an inner ecosystem. It's living right now. You have trillions of cells all collaborating, all connecting, moving around inside of you. And when you get out into nature, it all starts communicating. It all starts, remembering each other. You just naturally feel more connected, more centered, and more creative. And, it's such a fascinating reality that we're creating and that we're living in. It's such an exciting time to be alive. I mean, we can be doing anything today because of how connected we are with technology, and that the level of health, the level of fulfillment, the level of joy, the level of love that we're experiencing today is truly, truly amazing. I think more than ever before in our evolution as human beings, it's truly one of the most amazing times that we're blessed to be alive. And I just really encourage And if there's any way that I can support any of you on your health journey, I'm absolutely here to do that. I am offering a complimentary introductory exploration session where I can help you to get more clear where you are in your life, where you want to be, the things that you're looking to improve in your life. And that's an hour session that I'm open to giving to you. And what I would love to leave you with tonight is just to remember that, deep inside of you is always this love. And when we prioritize self-care every day, that life is just so much better, because what's going on inside of you is so important to be connected to. That when you create a space, no matter how uncomfortable it might be sometimes, to just really be with the sadness or the anger or the stories you've been telling yourself for years, that by doing that, by giving that presence and attention to yourself, it opens you up to be so much more connected to life. And I just so grateful to be here with you tonight, and I just really encourage you to really honor the rhythm of nature, to really honor that our life in these bodies is really all about our planet, it's all about nature Earth, that it's always providing oxygen for us, it's providing water for us, it's providing food for us, and the more conscious that we become within ourselves and connected to nature, that the more what we're doing with our mission and our purpose in the world as conscious entrepreneurs is creating this full circle so that it is all connected. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for who you are and the love that you are, the light that you are, and the courage to be here at this time. And I just thank you so much.